And I mean, the reason I reached out is mainly just I was kind of like, shit, that makes us look small. Let's update it so
Beef
we
it
look a
up a
little bit.
little bit.
Yeah, let's beef it up.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, Sam, I think when we started, you were spending 500. No, you spent 900 in the account, and you were getting a pretty solid return on ad spend. And we're like, wow, this has potential. Let's see what we can do. And then our first testimonial, I think you were doing like 5K a month, and we brought you up to 775K a month was one of your best months. This was back
That
in
rings a bell. Yeah.
2023. Yeah. And, now just looking at our Slack channel, Coast has dropped. Our Q4 last year was 600K. But now from January 1st to June, we're at 1.1 million. So, and the year's halfway over, right? So like the goal is to be pushing that to 2 million, 2.5, 3, and be just like a multi-million-dollar company. So from literally $900 a month in ad spend to doing what you're doing now in what, like 2 years? Like, brother, that's
Well, I mean, actually a lot less than that because in 2023 we didn't really launch for real until Q4. So really, like, we're at about a year and a half. And I think my favorite metric to look at, or at least during the Father's Day sale, was trailing 30 days. So because I was really wanting to break a 500,000 in 30 days, but we got up to I think 460K in the last 30 days. So I mean, so much of that momentum has been captured just in the last, let's call it, month and a half.
Oh yeah, I mean we're heavy in season right now, and that's what I love about outdoor brands is right now we're in season, and then like our bad months are what September, October, maybe even late August, and then boom, you're in Q4, which is the other biggest time of the year, and so you
Yeah.
realistically have 2 months that are like you just take your foot off the gas a little bit, but like man, how do you feel? Like you're growing quick.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like every milestone is surreal when it happens and you immediately feel small. So it's kind of like I
Yeah.
remember when we did our first million, I got one of those Shopify tickers in the kitchen at home and it was so fun. And we popped a bottle of champagne. And then now, this year, for example, I've been like, all right, well, go ahead and hit it. And we hit it earlier overall as a business because of wholesale and retail and all of that than even y'all saw on your dashboards. But um, all in all, I'm very happy with where we are right now. If we can hit, which I think we will, because we have our meeting on Thursday actually to go over reporting, but I think we're ahead of our best case forecast currently, which if we were able to do, I'm just making up numbers here, I call it 1.3 or whatever it was for May, then I'm hoping that same ratio of beating our best case forecast can follow all the way through into Q4. And really the biggest challenge that we've had as a business has been inventory. As you know, like if we had just had unlimited coolers to sell, we would already be at far beyond where we currently are. And we have a shipment of 14,000 units hitting in August, and I'm air freighting a few in sooner than that. And I'm going to go ahead and kick off the purchase order for our next big factory run as well. And we've made a ton of improvements to the product. We're launching 2 new products. So goal for this year, double revenue that we did last year because 2024 was our first full fiscal year. So if we can double this year, I mean, I don't even know what's realistic for next year. So to answer your question in short, I have no idea what to expect from the future. I had no idea what to expect a year ago, but I'm just going to keep coming up with what seems like lofty goals and hoping that we can hit it.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Yeah, I think realistically, if we can go from like 5K a month to what are we doing monthly more or less right now?
I think in May we did like 350, 360. And then I think we're pacing for about the same in June. We could have crushed in June, but we're beginning the beginning of our inventory crunch, but I still think we'll hit at least 360.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we can just get 500K more into those months, which just based on calculations of how fast we're growing, if we can just continue those numbers, then you should be at 8 figures a year in year and a half, more or less. It's like coming into the season, next year. No, I mean, I think it's I mean, if I didn't know you and I was just looking at the business metrics and how fast you guys were going, I think that's a pretty, safe calculation to hit. But I asked
Yeah.
you this a year and a half ago. I'll ask you it now. If there's somebody out there considering working with an agency, a freelancer, a marketer, why would the conversation with us at least be worth having?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think this is one of the hardest decisions you make as a founder of a small e-com business like this, small but growing. I have meetings with founders pretty regularly, and this is something that comes up a lot. For the most part, um, I'm the only person I know that is still on my first agency. I feel like everybody else is on like their third or fourth. And thank God I haven't had to deal with the friction that would have come along with that. I can only imagine what it'd be like to be starting over again and again and again because you didn't choose the right agency off the bat. And yeah, I mean, when I was first talking to y'all, I got to meet for Anthony and Kostas, which was huge. I think that's one of the scariest things about agency shopping is you've got this really, because I mean, I can't remember the exact numbers. You'll have to go back and clip from a year and a half ago, but I interviewed like 25 agents before I met y'all. And a lot of them have robust sales teams, which my understanding is this is still you, just founder of another growing business doing your sales. But you talk to all these slick sales guys that have a great pitch. They know what your concerns are. They know your fears. They can help you feel at ease well. But at the end of the day, second you close that deal, then you're being handed off to a project manager or someone for your account that you maybe have never even met or you've had a 30-minute meeting with at most. So just like I did a year and a half ago, I just feel no, I like the size and the fact that it's the same team. I just feel like if I need to talk to you or anybody on the team, really, I can pretty much in a moment's notice, and that's not something you can guarantee from a different agency that maybe prioritizes the client.